Hey there, this is Martin from Zadas Gaming with another Hustle Castle video. So this video is going to be a part of a series. I'm working on a Hustle Castle arena guide, and this is the first of 5 or 6 videos. This video is all going to be about arena brackets and understanding arena brackets. The second video is going to be about attack strategies, which should come soon. The third video is going to be understanding the battle stats and how you can use those to see how well your squad's performing. The fourth video is going to be about the arena store. So how to, basically I'm going to recommend, wrong thing. So I'm going to recommend what to buy and what not to buy. And I'll be using a few diamonds just to refresh this so that we can go through a good few examples. And then the fifth video is going to be about arena tournament chests. And I've collected quite a few. So what I'm going to do is open 50 to 100 of those, just to kind of give an example as to what you might get from that and kind of calculate how many arena points we get and also the tournament tickets as well. So that should be interesting. And then the sixth video will hopefully be about compacting squad power and how you can make your squad power smaller to make you more of a bait so that people attack you and lose, and then you can obviously get to the number one spot a bit easier. So I've got to do a bit of research into that first, so that might take some time, but hopefully the first 5 videos will be available in a short period of time. So let's get on with the first video, and why don't we start an arena. So there's a lot of confusion when it comes down to the brackets. Basically, because you can get positioned with people that are either a lot higher in squad power or a lot lower. And it can get quite demotivating when you're constantly against people that are a lot higher in squad power than you, and you're looking at them and thinking, why am I fighting these? There's no way I'm going to beat them. And it's simply because they have arranged their squad based on their fighter level so that they are in the same bracket as you. So the people that you fight in arenas are determined by which bracket your squad falls into. And this bracket is basically worked out by taking your highest 5 fighters in your castle and getting an average. And it is really important to understand that that is all of your fighters in your castle and not just those that are in your barracks. So if you've got a fighter that is also making gold, but he is level 60 and your others in the barracks are level 55, then it's going to take that level 60 into consideration. So it's worth bearing that in mind. Now I'll just come out of here. Hopefully I won't forget about it. Actually, let's just pick someone quickly. So typically 709, 602. We'll go for the 602 and we'll fight. And yep, keep that on. Okay. Done. Right, so if we take a look at my squad as soon as we come out of here. So my highest level fighter is 62, and that's followed by a 61, a 54, and then 2 51s. Now, if I add all of those numbers together, it comes to a total of 279. And the next thing I want to do is divide 279 by the amount of fighters that are in the barracks. So for me, that was 5. If you're a lower throne room, then that might be 4. If you're higher, then that would be 6. So if I divide 279 by 5, then the answer I get is 55.8. Now with Hustle Castle, it always rounds that number down to the nearest whole number, which would be 55. So therefore, my squad fits into the arena bracket of 555. In that, even though I've obviously got 2 fighters that are in the 60s, I've got, the average is 55. Now there's obviously, I'll just finish this one. So we'll go for this bottom one. there we go. So there's a lot of different brackets that you can fall into. And there was a really good example shared by Sans on Hustle Prime. So if you're not on the Hustle Prime Discord, definitely recommend doing it. And also check out Sans's YouTube channel. There's excellent information on there. Does some really good content. So I'll put a link to that in the description below. So here's basically the different brackets that you've got. So we have the average here, the actual individual brackets based on if you've got 2, 3, 4, 5 fighters in your barracks, and then the barracks, the brackets here. So I'm currently in 5 times 55. These are the same. So these are if you have a hero. So if you're throwing room 9 or higher, and this is if you don't have a hero. And the numbers correspond to basically how busy it is. So the green ones are the most busy and more active, and the grey ones less so, and these dark ones are pretty much dead. You'll be waiting a while. So I would definitely recommend aiming for these, the green ones. So it's a really useful tool to look at. So I'm currently here, and then I'll move on to 562 at some point. Now, there's a lot more data in that. So what I would recommend is Mike from ProLegit Gamer. He did a excellent video explaining all the different rules on this. So I'll pop a link in the description to that video as well, as it is really useful. So basically, to make it clear, we'll go for that one. Let's see how we go from this. There we go. Okay. So yeah, so if you're wanting to be in the 5 times 55 bracket, for example, then you don't really need all of your fighters at level 55. So if we have a quick look at some of these, so it's level 55, 55, level 40, 55. So it's got 4 55s and 1 level 40. Here we have 55, 55. So they're all 55s. Yeah, these are all 55s. Let's have a look at this one, for instance, see what they're doing. Yeah, so the majority of them are all level 55s, which is not a problem. You'd expect if you wanted to be in the 55 bracket, then you need 5 fighters at level 55, but that's not the case. They don't all have to be level 55, as I'm showing you. So you can have 2 really good high level fighters that have better gear, such as the event gear, or better runes. So at the moment, I'm playing with 2 sets of runes. So I have Throne Room 7 runes and Throne Room 8 runes. So that's obviously giving my 62 and 61 that bit more power as well. So it compensates with these ones being a lower level. Another example of this is, like I said, I want to move to 5 times 62 bracket. So I'm not going to level my squad up to everyone being level 62. What I'm probably going to do is make it a little bit different. So I'm going to have 2 level 70s. I'll have 1 level 60 and then 2 level 56s. And this will still put me in that 5 times 62 bracket, but it'll give me 2 level 70s, which means I'll have better event gear moving forward. So that's the plan. Does depend on the gear. The downside to it is that you might have some undergeared fighters potentially. My 2 archers, for example, that are level 51 are quite undergeared. So they're using, let's have a look. So they're using a level 45, 59 bow because of the rune. The armor's level 46, so it's quite low, but you compensate that with the higher level one. So it does work out quite well still. What I would tend to do, or what I am doing, is I'm going to be sticking at the 5 times 55 bracket, build up arena points, get the next higher level gear from the arena store and from events, and then I'll move up to 5x62, and I'll hopefully have a full squad of the higher gear, and I'll just continue rinsing and repeating that until I get somewhere higher, so maybe level 85, where I might have more of a rounded squad of everybody being around the same level. So yeah, that's just something I might do. Now, something that is really important when looking at this is that your squad does not span 3 different brackets. So with my squad, as I mentioned, I've got a 62. So that means it falls within the 5x62 bracket, potentially. I then also have they also fall within the 5x55 bracket. It's really important that they don't fall into the lower bracket, which is the 5x47, I believe. And if I was to have a fighter that was, say, a level 50, then they would fall in the below bracket, which would then cause problems, and you don't want to do that. Basically, you don't want to spread through 3 different brackets. You want to make sure it's within the 2 brackets. Hopefully that makes sense. And we'll just finish this one off, hopefully for the win. That would be good to get a first place for the video. It's going to be tight. There we go. So not as good many points as I want, but still, win's a win. And did that put his first place? Yep, only just. So that's brackets really. Hopefully that's not been too confusing. It can get confusing. There's a really good website, and I can't remember what the URL is. I'll put the URL in the description. But basically, it's if you go to Google and type in Hustle Castle Arena Bracket Calculator, there is a really good calculator which allows you to put in the different levels, and it'll give you an average. So that way you can work it out easier that way. Or you can just simply, like I said, add up your levels of your top 5 fighters, divide them by 5, and that'll give you your average. You just need to make sure that is within the bracket that you're wanting to get. So there we go. Hopefully this video has been useful. Please do post any questions in the comments, anything you want to know about the arena in the comments below as well. More than happy to answer as much as possible. I've kind of got into a nice zone with arenas. So at the moment I've done just over 1100 and won probably say a quarter of them maybe. So not doing too bad. So yeah, definitely any questions, more than happy to answer, and hopefully I will see you again in the next video to do with arenas. Bye for now.